issues to do with the innovation. Professor Wandiga, please. Is Professor Wandiga with us?
It does not seem to be here, Prof. I thought I saw him, and unless he dropped off.
Okay, if he's not with us, let me invite Katie Clancy, who is a program officer at the International Development Research Center, IDRC, of Canada. Katie is responsible for IDRC's work on artificial intelligence, future works, and international development. She is going to welcome us on behalf of IDRC that is supporting research at apps on artificial intelligence. Katie, please.
I'm sorry, Prof. Before Katie begins, we see Professor Wandiga should be here.
I did not see him. Actually,
he's actually.
Oh, he's joined.
He's joined, yes. So
yes, let's have Professor Wandiga. I already introduced you, Prof, as the Dean of Scholars, College of Scholars at Arts. Professor Wandiga.
It could be it's muted. He may be struggling to unmute. Prof, just unmute.
I'm ringing him.
Okay.
But I'm not coming through.
Yeah, just unmute your microphone, please.
Yes. Hello?
Ah, yeah, there you are.
Yeah.
He's turned on the video, but he needs to unmute the microphone. It's just besides the video icon.
Yeah. Let me tell me.
Hello? You hear me?
Now we can hear you. Now it's okay.
We can hear you.
Okay. Now, I'm very much delighted to be a speaker at this prestigious seminar, honoring our most prestigious scientist, Professor Cholestas Juma, whom we value very much for the work he did and continues to influence. In today's seminar, we are talking about how we can use machines in order to accelerate intelligence, artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence simply means using machines to understand what we are doing and to interpret and give us direction in the next few years. I'm honored also to make a comment with the excellent participants or seminar givers who are giving this seminar. These are very top class invited speakers, and I hope that they will be able to give us a way of understanding to use involves use of computers. Say that we in the continent are lagging behind in using artificial intelligence, because we do not have yet enough trained people with the capability of understanding what we are doing or factoring in and projecting the future of our understanding, not for tomorrow, but for 20, 30 or more years to come. This is exactly what I hope we will learn today. And in this learning process, we will be able to undertake our work in a continent, particularly dealing with the challenges that are occurring in the continent, one of them being climate change and lack of water, lack of food, etc., etc. And all of this can be understood much better if we employ artificial intelligence and we have more equipped, up-to-date computer learning facilities. I would like to say that we hope that the presenters today will be able to stimulate our thinking and direct us on how we can use artificial intelligence with machines to tackle the challenges facing the continent. With that, I thank you very much and I welcome the speakers.
Thank you, Professor Wandiga. Our next speaker, I already introduced her, Ms. Katie Clancy, Program Officer at IDRC, responsible for a range of activities there.
Thank you, Dr. Mugabe, and thank you, Dr. Wandiga, for such a great introduction. My name is Katie Clancy, as you've already heard, and on behalf of IDRC and also our partners, CETA at AI for D-Africa, I would like to welcome you all to today's kickoff seminar and to the next 3 days. We're going to be engaging throughout the next few days, and we're really excited to discuss more and to dive deeper into the practical applications of responsible artificial intelligence, of highlighting women in AI, and of starting to dive deeper into what some of these issues mean practically from an African context, which is an issue that's near and dear to our hearts. And I see many of our illustrious research partners here today, so I'm really excited to be part of this, as well as to continue to work with ACTS and to thank them for doing such a good job in organizing the program over the next couple of days. While we know AI is likely to be a transformative technology advancing the sustainable development goals, we also have recognized and have seen time and time again, we risk causing real harm with these technologies if we don't take a responsible approach that is rights-based, inclusive, ethical, and sustainable. And so really diving deep into what those issues mean practically is something that we're really excited about today. And it is with the balance of these opportunities in this in mind that our AI for D programming, where we're focusing on investment in artificial intelligence, are really supporting 3 broad areas of work. So policies and regulations that ensure AI respects rights and promotes inclusion, supporting the current and future leaders in AI across Africa and the world, and ensuring they have access to the infrastructure and technology that they need in order to continue to advance this innovation at a rapid rate. And advancing innovative AI applications to deal with all of the huge development challenges that Prof. Wandiga has already so notably illustrated, whether it's climate change, agriculture, food security, inclusion, how we govern. There's so many applications from AI as a general purpose technology. And as we continue to develop, explore, and use them, we also learn some of the new edges that they may have, but also some of the new opportunities they may provide. So we're very excited to hear from a number of different leaders. And with that, I'll just say thanks for having me welcome you today, and I look forward to the next few hours.
Thank you, Katie, and thank you to IDRC for supporting the work on artificial intelligence at ACTS. IDRC is ACTS' longest actually supporter for many years, over 30 years of support to ACTS from IDRC. Our next speaker is Professor Tom Ogada, who is the Executive Director of ACTS and newly appointed Chair of the Board of the Kenya National Innovation Agency. Professor Ogada is going to give us an overview of the CJ seminars.
Very much, Dean, College of Scholars of the African Center for Technology. Present here, led by Angela Christiana and Professor Mugabe. Our keynote speakers today and other respected speakers that will be participating in the various sessions, distinguished participants, good morning and good afternoon, wherever you are. On behalf of the staff and the Governing Council of the African Center for Technology Studies, I'm delighted to welcome you all, the participant, to this third edition of Professor Cholestas Juma seminar series on knowledge and innovation for development, which is being implemented by the African Center for Technology Studies in collaboration with the Cholestas Juma Legacy Foundation. This CJ seminar series is one of the programs that we are currently pursuing jointly with the foundation as a way of immortalizing Professor Cholestas Juma. You all know that until his untimely death in December 2017, Professor Juma was an internationally recognized authority in the application of science, technology, and innovation for sustainable development, especially in developing countries. His work focused on analyzing how knowledge and innovation could be harnessed for development in the context of institutional change in socio-economic systems. All his initiatives promoted this agenda through advanced STI policy research, especially biotechnology, provision of high-level science and technology advice, and the promotion of the conservation of biological diversity. He founded the African Center for Technology Studies in 1988, where his initial development ideas were nurtured. ACT has become a leading intergovernmental science, technology, and innovation think tank, and mandated to strengthen the capacity of African countries and institutions to harness science, technology, and innovation for sustainable development. We launched this seminar series in August 2021, and that time we indicated to the participants that this was not a one-off event. We aim to keep the discussion going, focusing on topics that were central to Professor Cholestas Juma previous work. And we indicated that after every 3 months, we'll be having actually a session on this. Currently, therefore, we are having the third session today. I need to mention that as an organization, we are currently implementing various projects structured within our 5 programs: agriculture, food security and nutrition, climate resilience economy, science, technology, innovation, and society, and digital economy and gender, and youth and inclusive development. The first seminar was actually organized by the Science, Technology, and Innovation and society, while the second seminar was organized by our program on agriculture and focused on STI roadmap for the SDGs. And we are delighted to mention that this third one is being spearheaded by our program and I wanted to give big gratitude to the support we have got from IDRC and CEDA in financing the huge program on scholarship on artificial intelligence and machine learning that we are currently implementing in Africa. I need to mention that we have supported over 20 scholars within 15 universities spread across 12 African countries. And then this is something that we don't take for granted. And then finally, therefore, just to mention that we are already planning also the fourth seminar series, which will this time be organized by the Climate Change Program, and we'll be looking at various issues related to climate change. And with that, then I once more say, really welcome you to this seminar, and we look forward to really very useful and knowledge impacting engagement.
Based in Boston, US. She's going to tell us more about the Foundation's vision for Africa. Angela, please.
Thank you, and warm greetings to all who are joining us today. As the Prof just said, I'm Angela Christiano, the Executive Director of the Cholestas Joomla Legacy Foundation. And I want to welcome everyone participating from so many locations around the globe. I'm here in Boston, Massachusetts metro area, not far from where Professor Cholestas Joomla taught at Harvard University in Cambridge, Massachusetts. I would like to begin by thanking the ACT's Governing Council and also giving my sincere appreciation to the staff of the ACT's staff secretariat, Dr. Ojenge, and the whole team. It's been a great pleasure and an honor to participate in this partnership between the Cholestas Joomla Legacy Foundation and ACTS in bringing the Cholestas Joomla Seminar Series to life. For those who joined early, before we got started, you got a chance to hear directly from Professor Cholestas Joomla on the videos we shared. And I think it's important to bring him into the virtual room with us every time we convene. So if you missed that moment, I will share them on our Twitter account and you can check them out later. And I'll share our social media handles in the chat or at the end. In the videos, though, we did hear Professor Joomla speak a bit about the challenges of introducing new technologies and why people initially resist new technologies, products, and services. Certainly, artificial intelligence and machine learning have experienced this and will continue to experience skepticism and resistance. And that makes this seminar very important. To bring awareness to the practical applications of ethical, responsible AI and machine learning is vitally important to their success, not only from the standpoint of public perception and adoption, but also for researchers and policymakers and those who implement those policies. So thank you to all the panelists and presenters for making time in your schedule to be here, to share your work and your expertise with all of us. I'm looking forward to hearing from you and learning more about how your work is aligned with Sustainable Development Goals, in particular, how your work advances equity for women in science and technology, and how it advances gender equity more broadly. Now, I'd also like to just take a couple of minutes to share with you a little bit about the Cholestas Joomla Legacy Foundation. And I've just started sharing my screen. Can you confirm that you see my slides?
Yeah, we can see it.
Yes.
Oh, great, terrific. So we're still in the early stages of organizational development, and our mission to advance economic transformation and sustainable development in Kenya, and ultimately in Africa more broadly through the use of science and technological innovation. This was Cholestas Joomla's vision, a thriving and sustainable Africa, and he believed that technology and innovation would play a key role in helping Africa overcome its challenges through the incredible innovative spirit of its people. Cholestas believed that all human development ultimately takes place on the ground in communities with people at the center of development. As the former chair of our board said at a previous seminar, people, people, people. That was such a focus. The policies and investments that Cholestas spent his life working so hard for were a necessary framework, but unfortunately, he ran out of time to see that development happen at home. During his last months, Cholestas shared his thoughts on his legacy, and these reflected his belief in the power of innovation and technology, the core functions of a healthy environment, and the urgent need for the empowerment and employment of women and youth. So based on Cholestas's life and work, we have narrowed the foundation's programmatic focus to 4 strategic areas. The first is capacity building in Bunyala sub-county on the shores of Lake Victoria, which was Cholestas's hometown. We're doing this by mobilizing and directing resources to enhance capacities of local institutions and individuals for the purpose of integrated sustainable development. We have conducted needs assessments and gathered information from local stakeholders. We have engaged a team of local experts and advisors, and we're exploring partnerships with local institutions. We plan to launch some pilot projects in coding education and aquaculture training soon in the near future. The second program focus area that we're undertaking is the training of African leaders at the community, municipal, and national levels in science, technology, and innovation policy for the purpose of application to sustainable development goals. This was a thread throughout Cholestas's career, going back to this photo at ACTS in 1995, I believe his first course in this topic, and continued through his Harvard career where he championed an executive education course for African leaders. This is especially relevant with application to artificial intelligence and machine learning. We aim, through our work with the foundation and in collaboration with partners, we aim to improve policy literacy, effectiveness, and advocacy at every level, but especially the community and municipal levels where this sort of understanding is really going to meet with the people. So the third program focus I want to share is one that we're participating in right now, helping to bring people together to raise awareness and elevating and endorsing the excellent work of Africans in science, technology, and innovation, and then helping to create linkages to sustainable development. One thing Professor Joomla was well known for was his networking skills and his generosity of sharing his global platform. So we are trying to use our global platform and our brand to highlight, elevate, and endorse the good work that our partners and others are doing in the area of science, technology, and innovation for development, just as we're doing here today, thanks to our partnership with our colleagues at ACTS. Finally, our fourth program area is about ensuring that Professor Cholestas Joomla's original thought work is preserved and utilized to advance science, technology, and innovation for sustainable development, that his legacy is preserved and his vision is realized. We have forthcoming an autobiographical memoir as well as memorial events in the future. So please I'll follow our progress on realizing Cholestas Jooma's vision on our website, cholestasjooma.org, and the social media channels. I'll post them in the chat, and we look forward to continuing the conversation with all of you. I'll stop sharing my screen. My sincere thanks again to the presenters, panelists, and participants, and to the team at ACTS. And with that, I will hand back to Professor Ogada.
Thank you, Angela. Thank you very much. Now we move to the next sub-session where we'll hear from experts